Hey everyone, welcome back to Jrny FPL. My name is Duve, and for this video, I'm giving you guys my final team selection for game week 1. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Help me get to 500 subscribers by before the season ends. Let's go. So before we get into my final team selection, on screen was my previous draft, and as you can see, it's riddled with injuries. So there's a lot of changes that I'm making to this team. So in defense, I went from Robertson to Trent, Lamptey to Sofal, and from Fofana to Daniel Amartey. So when it comes down to Trent, there's no questions asked. Trent is probably the highest rated defender when it comes down to attacking returns. And when you look at Liverpool's opening fixtures, this is a great opportunity. Sofal is an excellent mid-price defender. Last season, he had 9 assists and 9 clean sheets, and he's always nailed on to start the games. West Ham do have a great set of opening fixtures, with 3 of their first 5 games having a fixture difficulty rating of only 2. So in my view, he's a solid pick. So Daniel Amartey is going to be a bit tricky. So coming in at 4.0 million, he's a good option to start with, given that he's going to start game week 1 versus Wolves, and he's only 4 million, so you get to save cash and allocate elsewhere, but then it gets tricky. So Leicester has an agreement with Southampton to sign a Vestergaard, and he's going to be the replacement for Fofana. So it's only a matter of time before Amartey gets benched again. So it might be a case where I roll my transfer in game week 2 and transfer him out, make 2 transfers in game week 3, or I might just keep him for a bit, hoping that he plays a couple of extra games, or I can just simply sub him out and keep him on the bench, because I have set up my team in such a way where I have rotational pieces on the bench. And also my main formation for this season, or currently right now, it's probably going to be 3-4-3. So 2 defenders will be on the bench. So my midfield 3 is Bruno, Salah, and Jota. Salah is my captain. He's playing Norwich. that says it all. So the issue I have with the midfield so far is that Jota isn't nailed down to start, right? So in the preseason, we see where Jota starts with the strongest team in the preseason, and Firmino starts with, I guess you could say, a lesser team. But the thing is that Firmino did play Sunday's game versus Osasuna and played well. I think he scored 1 goal or 2 goals. And Jota played in the game before against Bilbao and scored. That was the game that Robertson got injured in. So usually you want to start the season with players that you're sure that's going to play at least 70-75 minutes to get that extra appearance points. But it's okay to start the season with maybe one player that you're not so certain of is going to start. And that is why I don't have Iheanacho anymore, because I'm running that risk with Jota, because I want to exploit Liverpool's great fixtures. Okay, so with Iheanacho, I really wanted him into the squad, but I'm really concerned that he's not going to start, and he's going to come on late in games, and he might not come on any at all. So in the Community Shield game versus Man City, despite scoring the penalty to win the match, he came on in the 79th minute. Now that Harvey Barnes is back and the addition of Daka Patson, the competition is really sticky. Patson did come on in the 71st minute, while Iheanacho came on in the 79th. And I'm just concerned that there might not be enough playing time to go around. So I decided to just go without Iheanacho. So what I've done up front is I've subbed out Watkins for Ings. It's a like for like, Villa for Villa. And what I've been hearing is that Ings is sure to start the game versus Watford, whether Watkins is back or not. And later on, when Watkins comes back, I can always downgrade or sub out Ings for Watkins, save 0.5 million and allocate it elsewhere. So with Antonio, he's just a solid pick overall, right? West Ham has a great set of opening fixtures, but the concern is with Antonio's hamstrings. They do keep him out for some time because he does get injured a lot, right? And West Ham haven't backed him up. They haven't gotten a second striker, and West Ham is playing European football this year. They're in the Europa League, so that might mean a lot of minutes and a lot of pressure on his hamstring. but there's a plethora of strikers in his price range, so he can be subbed out, he can be transferred out. And as for Tony, a lot of persons have chosen Tony partly because he's cheap, but I do think he has the potential to do well in the Premier League. And we have seen cases where newly promoted strikers do well in the Premier League, like Watkins last season. Also, Brentford do have a decent set of opening fixtures. Even though Arsenal is in the mix, their first 5 opening fixtures have a difficulty rating of 3 and 2. No 4s, no 5s. So on the bench I have Foster, Brian Mbomo from Brentford, I hope I pronounced his name right, Ben White, and Yves Bissouma. Now I have 3 starters on the bench. Ben White should be the clear out-and-out starter for Arsenal. For Brian Mbomo, I do like what I see from him in the preseason. I think he has the potential to do well in the Premier League, and I also have $1 million in the bank. So if he's not performing well, I can always upgrade him to Saka or Rafinha for that cost $6.5 million. So there you have it. That's my game week 1 team selection. As always, be sure to like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comment section. Help me get to 500 subscribers before the season ends. And also join the Jrny FPL Fantasy League. See you next time. Be blessed.